I really thought I wasn't going to get anything. I thought it was going to be closer to this. Like maybe there'd be more of an image, but it'd be kind of washed out. If you remember, or if you've seen my video on Retrochrome, all those images came out really orange and kind of washed out because it's new old stock, Ektachrome. And yeah, I'm not a big fan. I think Retrochrome's kind of trash, but I missed a call from Jason. Grainy days. He left a voicemail.
Retrochrome is trash, huh? Fuck you, man. You're trash. This is why you'll never be one of the greats. This is why you'll never be respected. Oh, good dog, Baxter.
Jesus, that was aggressive. Anyway. Hey, so it's been a while. Welcome back to the photo department. I've been busy. I've been pulled around by a bunch of different things. I've been dealing with life. I've neglected the channel, but I'm back. It's late. It's like 9 o'clock at night, but I am drinking coffee. This is Hyperion. My friend Will sent me some. He thought it'd be a good idea to send me some coffee, and I agree. Great idea. This is the Hamosho from Hyperion. It is an Ethiopia Sidama, and it's very, very good. Thank you, Will. Go follow Will Hopkins. William Hopkins is his Instagram name. Very talented photographer, great guy, also loves coffee. Check him out. I've talked about it on this channel before, but I really love slide film. I've been really into Fuji Provia for a long time, and when Ektachrome came back, it was very exciting, and I jumped right into shooting a lot of Ektachrome pretty much right away. Really been enjoying it. I really love seeing the positive film when it's done being processed and being able to see the images right there. It's pretty magical. When I started shooting 4x5 last year, I quickly got my hands on a bunch of expired film, both color and black and white. I was very lucky to get my hands on some expired Ektachrome film. I've been kind of sitting on this expired Ektachrome sheet film, not because I didn't have anything to shoot with it, but because I was really worried that it was all going to be extremely degraded because of its age and because I don't really know how long it had been stored properly, if at all. That's kind of the thing with expired film. It's a little bit of a crapshoot. You don't really know what you're going to get, and you have to just kind of try it out to see if it's going to work out. Expired slide film is doubly scary because slide film is pretty particular in how you treat it. And it wants to be kept at a good temperature. It wants to be kept frozen. If it's not stored properly, it can degrade really quickly. I wasn't super confident that I was going to get anything out of it if I shot with it, but I stuck it in my freezer and hung on to it in hopes of finding a project that this film could really shine on if it worked at all. So these are the 3 boxes of Ektachrome I got my hands on. A box of Ektachrome 100 Plus that expired in 1996. This is also 100 Plus, and this expired in 1989. And then the oldest one that I have, 85. Recently, my girlfriend Jackie and I have been planning a project that we want to shoot on 4x5 and specifically on Ektachrome film. We've been talking about scouting and finding locations and wardrobe, but we landed on Ektachrome pretty quickly. And I remembered that I had this Ektachrome in the freezer, and I thought, maybe shooting this on expired film would be cool, but we decided it wouldn't be a good idea to leave this project kind of entirely up to chance to shoot on some film that might or might not be okay and actually, have an image when we process it. We decided to use modern, new Ektachrome, but that got me thinking, I do want to use this for something. I want to use this for a project at some point, so I should probably find out if this actually works. And since they were all sealed, they all have 10 sheets in them. And so I thought, you know, it wouldn't hurt to at least try 1 or 2 of each just to get an idea of whether or not this film is going to give me any images or not. So that's what I did. I didn't have high hopes for any of them, but I wanted to see what would happen. So I loaded up my car and went to shoot a location that I thought might be interesting and would at least be a good place to shoot for some tests, just to see if the film works. This might be a really cool spot to take a photo. I'm gonna take a photo with my Fuji. Okay, let's go for it. All right, so I took a photo with my XE3 and it is very cool. I'm worried though, I'm literally in a parking lot for these businesses. So I can be a wuss and not do it because I'm worried someone's gonna come talk to me, or I can just go do it, and I'm gonna just do it because I think it would make a good image, even though I am shooting very old film. Well, so in a move that I could only describe as incredibly amateur, I packed everything up. I made sure I have everything I needed. You know, I brought my loop, I brought my cable release, I brought the stuff for my GoPro, I brought my digital camera, I brought my RB67, I loaded that up with film, and I left the tripod. It's just standing there in the living room where I left it, just empty, ready to go. Oh my God. I got my tripod, we're back at this location. It's frigid, I'm freezing, but also this big ass bank of clouds has just moved in, essentially killing the light that I had. So not as nice now, but yeah, there's no but. This is pretty fucked now. And it happened as soon as I pulled up. So as soon as I pulled up and pulled my gear out and put my tripod down, the light left. So, am I gonna give up? No, I'm still gonna take a shot, but it's not gonna be as nice. So, I mean, I'm shooting expired film anyway, so it might not be nice in the first place, but I really was hoping to have that light. But it's really cold, so I'm gonna get to it. I'm dialed in. I've got my focus set, so I'm gonna take a shot with this camera to get my exposure. 5.6 at 1/100th of a second. All right, I like that. We're gonna go 5.6 at 1/100th of a second. Ektachrome that expired in 96. So we're gonna do that one first. So, okay. Oh, I've never felt air so cold. I'm not even gonna use this. This is too fiddly. Okay, here we go. One frame down. I actually really like what this is doing over here. That's pretty. F8 at 1/25th. Yeah, we'll blow out some of the sky. Let's do that. F8 at 1/25th. I know it doesn't look it, but it's absolutely freezing here. It's freezing. Oh, it's so uncomfortable. Oh, my loop. Forgot my loop. We're gonna do the other side of the Ektachrome Plus that expired in 96. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Close the iris. F8, 1/25th. Here we go. I think I have to call it. At least for this location, it's just too damn cold. I'm at a new, slightly less frigid location. I'm between a couple buildings, not so out in the open, so it's not as much wind, which is nice. Still pretty cold, but much less terrible. I have some trucks from the USPS that are lined up here. I'm right next to one of the offices, I guess. And I really love the USPS, and I love the USPS vehicles. I think they look really cool and they're super iconic. So I like to take photos of them whenever I come across one that looks cool. I really like how they're lined up here. There's a mix of old and new. There's the old Grumman trucks, and then there's some newer ones. There's a Mercedes and a Dodge in there. So I thought I'd make a good image. I'm gonna use the sheet of Ektachrome that expired in 1988. It might not surprise you that the 89 and the 85 bust. The 89, there is a latent image there. There is something. There's something there, but it's very faint. Faint enough where trying to scan it is just kind of pointless. And then the 85, there's nothing there. It's just pretty much blank. It's pretty fried, which I pretty much expected. But the Ektachrome 100 Plus from 96 kind of surprised me. I'm really surprised. I think these two images came out really cool. They're not my favorite best images or anything like that. This was just meant to be a test to see what this film could do. In retrospect, I think if I were to do something differently, the first thing I would do is meter at 80 ISO for everything. I recently had conversations with two people I respect very much. Alex Burke, who was on the Spooky Park Bench podcast last month, and Dave Rollins, who goes by Cinedar on Instagram. Both of them shoot a ton of Ektachrome. They both separately informed me that Ektachrome is closer to 80 ISO. Also, Dave was talking to me about using an 812 filter. I actually have one for my Nikon lens on my speed graphic, but I totally forgot that I bought it. And I didn't use it this time. So when I scanned these, I did some editing and manually brought the warmth up a bit, but the 812 filter is a really great, very cheap filter that you can get to use with Ektachrome, and it warms it up because Ektachrome is really, really cool. It's a very cool film. It skews very blue. So if you're shooting in daylight, an 812 filter can really help warm up your images. But even not following those guidelines, I really love how this film came out. Very, very long story short, this is why I really love expired film. Sometimes you get really lucky and it looks really great, like this expired Ektachrome from 1996. I was in elementary school when this film was made. So that's pretty cool. I'm guessing it was frozen or at least refrigerated since it was bought, and didn't degrade much, if at all. And now in the year 2022, coming into 2023, I can shoot this film and make some really great images, which is awesome. So going forward, I'm going to use an 812 filter. I'm going to shoot it at 64 ISO, I believe. I'm really excited with what I can make with this film. So yeah, expired film, expired slide film sometimes is rad. And we also saw sometimes really sucks, like Retrochrome. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for being here and checking out this video. If you want to help support this channel and keep it ad-free, you can join the Patreon. Big, huge thank you to all of my patrons who help keep this channel going and help keep me motivated to making content by supporting me and by being a part of the Discord, which is a wonderful place full of a lot of creative and helpful discussions with a lot of really great people who honestly make all this worthwhile. So if you want to be a part of the Discord and you want to contribute, you can go to patreon.com/thephotodepartment. All right, time to scan more film.